Hello everyone and welcome back to Just Because Minecraft. This I believe is episode 8. And welcome back. So we're back here and today's episode it it's raining. Of course it's raining. Of course it's raining. Let's be sure. My luck is like this. But today's episode we're going to be doing some spring cleaning. Really it's just kind of housekeeping. Um because I kind of went I didn't really explore the deep dark as I did in the last two episodes. Um but basically what we're going to do here is I actually started more terraforming these paths. And that's basically what the premise of this episode be is that we're going to finish, maybe. I will make no promises. I will not finish. Let's go with that. I probably will not finish because what we're going to do is just, like I said, housekeeping. Going to basically uh just make this place look pretty. So I have a really cool idea. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to pull it off, but it kind of revolves around these custom trees that you see here. So I'm going to be using dark oak as the base for all these trunks, and these trees are supposed to kind of carry all the way up to that really big pink one over there. Thing is, I really should adjust that one. It didn't hold up over time very well, I will have to say, so I will be making adjustments over that. But overall, that's kind of what the idea is. And we have a path that, it's kind of nice. Seems like a skeleton died there, and we have a path that will just crawl up here. We'll probably get rid of a few more birch trees over there, fill in some of the area over here, as well as probably just blocking up this entrance, um, and so on and so forth. So as you see, there's some trees that I did fill out. Probably also fill in some of the ponds or kind of replace them somewhere. But yeah, that's one of the things that we're going to be working on this episode. Um, Slightly out of the rain right now. We're going to be adjusting this tree. As you see, I've been playing around with it. I kind of want these lanterns down to coming out of it in order to kind of give some semblance of light. As you can see, the tree's like really like puffy, which is not necessarily bad, but a natural tree kind of bends over and its leaves do kind of start kind of going towards the ground, especially since I want this to be a little bit more flowing and not as puffy. So we'll be working on this and kind of shaping this, reworking this, so on and so forth, as well as adding in probably more textures. I found some inspiration from some people about like kind of what I can add, especially with the pink. So there's a bunch of I need to go get resources such as like the pink terracotta as well as the um, pink concrete powder and just pink concrete itself. Yeah, but then how about but that's just kind of one of the many things we'll be working on. Like I said, it's just going to be today's going to be kind of full of smaller projects, a little bit, or at least getting working a little bit on smaller projects. I will make no guarantee to finish, but we're also going to start kind of a more permanent storage area right in this kind of cave. I'm also planning to have something over here, kind of like a balcony thing, but we'll see. But basically, we want to kind of expand this cave out. Or not expand it out. We want to expand it into the mountain. So we know we have a decent amount of space into this mountain, and I I am just basically moving that thing over there. So that used to be kind of a storage system that I was going to make with automatic sorting, and I legitimately just it's I couldn't get the sorting to work because it was too fast. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dig in a tunnel here, and then we'll kind of start planning out a general idea of what we want for our storage in terms of items as well as kind of well, definitely just items we want in and items we want to sort. I don't know if I'll be putting as much bulk storage in here because I do realize that I have a lot of stuff that needs to be bulk storage, such as stone and dirt, both I think cobble and normal stone. So that's going to be kind of fun to lay out what we have. But we definitely want at least a few boxes or a few chests for each type of wood. Currently what I have is, you can see that I have almost 2 double chests full. I actually have more. There's more in that storage. I have not really that much birch, oak, nor either. That's grass. Box, stone, not much. Dark oak, not really. I was slowly filling these up, but I think it's come time to just remove this. I haven't set any of the filters, and that's kind of why. But I might still make it automatic. I'm going to keep kind of the same idea where I'm going to have like double chests on top of each other or something like this. I think I might make it, I think I can make it 4 high because I can reach, I should be able to reach up to that fourth one. But yeah, that's one of the, so that's the storage area that we'll be working on. That'll probably be kind of the second part. And if I have time in this episode, I'll start working a little bit on decorating this cave. So this, I don't know if you remember this path, but this actually goes down to my mini sheep farm, a cactus farm, and where I get snow from a snow golem. But basically, this is kind of where I'm trying to bury like the efficient but not really pretty farms, as well as this goes down to the whole kind of nylium and the warped fungus, crimson fungus farm, and an inadvertent mushroom farm. I do have to say, these brown mushrooms just started popping up out of nowhere, and then keep going down, we'll get to kind of my mines area as well. There's another amethyst geode. Um, but yeah, so I just kind of want to make a nicer entrance because what happened before is that this used to just go straight up, and we can actually see it if I hop over to the map. Um, and it just used to be a straight line just going down right about here, and we could see it on the map right here. So this area right here, as you can see, it just used to be that. Now we have probably a much nicer entrance. It's not as convenient, I will say, but it'll look nice, and I'm going to try to integrate it into the terrain as well as try to get this kind of river to flow down into some kind of lake here. This is also semi-naturally generated, and most of the terrain actually was naturally generated. But as you can see where the cobblestone is, I actually did fill in some of the noodle, I guess, caves, you can say, that kind of went in and didn't lead to anywhere. They weren't really big ones. They were all really small, so I filled them in. But with that, let's just kind of get started with the first project, which is going to be the trees in the back. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna use a lot of kind of like purple-ish kind of colors, and then our transition color is going to be magenta. So the reason for this is that we're gonna have the gradient go from like a purple to then a magenta, and then we're gonna have kind of the pink up here. So what probably is going to happen is that the purple is going to stay on this level, right? Purple will stay on this level, and then at this hill area, we're going to have the magenta trees. And we'll have the magenta trees kind of come up here, and then when we get to around probably like this area, we start transitioning into pink. That way, this gives us actually a lot of room to work with, and also just a longer area or a longer stretch where we can transition. And first, I need to get to bed, and then we'll kind of continue with building. Alright, so the rain has stopped, and we can. I actually need more wool. I thought I had my wool, but I didn't, which is sad. I need to That's another thing I need to get the storage system up and running really for, because I thought I had a lot more purple wool. I may have returned it. Okay, I will be back. Alright, so what we want to do now that I got my purple, is to kind of figure out what we want to do for the trees. Um, so I've been trying to make them a little bit droopy. It's a little bit hard with small scale. I'm not. It's one thing I'm working on, and I hope I'm learning about. But it's to try to get to be able to get kind of shape and the general shape and definition while working with a kind of slightly smaller scale of kind of the thing I want to build, right? So these are supposed to lean over, so we're kind of randomly putting blocks down to kind of see what happens. This is definitely not the, I would say, like the best way of building, just because of the fact that there is a lot of variability, um, but it also allows for a lot more, I think, creativity in terms of what you throw in. As you see, we start out with a basic-ish shape. Don't have my shears. We're just gonna, I don't know if axe is the next best tool, honestly. It might be sword, but um yeah, and you can see it's too square. And we don't want, as much as we love Minecraft, you know, half the fun is making it less square. And what we can do is that in order to get the droopy look, we kind of just, once we get our kind of base, we just pull stuff down and kind of do something like that. I don't know how well this might look, and again, this is definitely like just adjust as needed, um, and see what happens. But as we can see so far, it's like, you know, shape wise, this area looks very flat, so we can kind of add some definition there. Maybe we can like punch out one area there or something. Let's see. I don't know, just play around, and definitely like a lot of, I feel like with the smaller ones, it definitely helps to add in different blocks, and so it's kind of like a whole trust the process, and it will be fine. So yeah, just be working on these, and hopefully I'll be able to get purple done, and then we'll start working on the magenta to kind of the transitional trees as well. So yeah, I'll see you after I'm kind of done. And we're back, everyone. So I didn't get as much progress as I wanted to do, honestly. I did not. I knew trees were hard, but I also did not expect just how much wool I would need, and kind of how everything. I I didn't expect everything to, I guess, like be as close as I thought there were, right? So for example, I might end up actually having. I'm not sure if I want to move them yet, because one, it's a lot of work, and I spent some time texturing them. But what I'm having an issue is that a lot of these trees currently have, they kind of look a little blobby to some extent. I don't know if there's like a good angle to see this at. Can I land here? Yes, thank you. But if you see, it's not as cohesive as I want it to be. To be fair, I have not done any also terraforming around the path, which I think is also contributing to the fact that it's just like straight green. It kind of just cuts off very abruptly, so on and so forth. I do have to say, I got better at making the trees, because I think this one, shape-wise, this one right here looks pretty good. This one's kind of close. Because it is smaller though, as in like it's shorter, I don't get this kind of like droopiness that I really wanted. I didn't want these to be too puffy, but I did get some texturing done, so yay. I didn't get to show that process off. I also because I got bored, well, not bored, I got distracted. I actually ended up creating some of this, or started creating the parts of the storage room. So as you can see here, this is going to be the entrance to a storage room. And I tried using some terracotta. I'm not done with it. I still want the ceiling to bend, but the idea is that I'm gonna have kind of like a theme for each room and so on and so forth. Not in terms of maybe the contents within, but in terms of like the rooms themselves. I'll try to put like materials that I use a lot. I'll put over here, or I'll put in like this first room, right? And then we go in, and maybe it'll split off, or I'll have like a central area where I'll have like a lot more storage and expand. I can't expand too much, or if I want to expand, I need to expand kind of downward. I didn't actually take this out. This actually comes out into a cave, or like a noodle cave, some sort. And then right over here, we actually, not there, but right over here, I believe, question mark? Okay, not here, but somewhere really close by there's a mine shaft, which I do plan on exploring, but I'm going to be exploring that kind of offline, so you don't get to see it. Not mine shafts aren't interesting anymore, kind of, maybe, but I worked on that, and we're gonna have like a lot of items. I think 3 double chests should be enough for most of them, and especially since, at least for the bulk items like stone, dirt, wood, or something. Not even wood. I don't even know if I can get 3 double chests of wood if I try hard enough. I apologize. I'm recording this when close to the 4th of July, which means that some of my neighbors decide that it's appropriate to put off fireworks before the 4th of July. So lovely. So if you hear any booming in the background, that's just fireworks. Sorry. But yeah, I'm trying, basically behind these chests, I don't know if you can see, those are sea lanterns that I, did so I can have some light. I'll probably also attach a few more ceiling lights as well. I don't know if I want to keep this floor pattern. It's a little bit hard. I do have to say the cyan terracotta, has worked out pretty well. In terms of the pattern, and that took a while to get the pattern I want down, and the creeper face isn't that noticeable, right? Yeah, but regardless, I still need to terraform kind of the entrance into this. I'll probably make like an actual entrance, and then this I want to try to keep semi-natural, so that way when we come out here, we kind of have like a natural path, cave, outlook, cropping thingamajiggy, that we can do stuff with, or it'll look cool. It'll just be like a combination of having like a practical use for the cave, as well as having like a scenery kind of sort of cave-ish thing. Speaking of which, I don't know what I want to do with this area, as I was kind of filling out that. This whole mountain just might be storage, to be fair. But actually, for the rest of this episode, I actually kind of wanted to do something fun for the next part, which is kind of doing something over there with my villagers. So you've probably seen the unfinished villager hall that I've been kind of displaying around, and no, I will not be finishing it, but I am planning to at least move a few more villagers in, as well as get some of the roof done. So I think what's going to be exciting about the part is that I am actually trying out a new mod of some sort in order to make my videos better. So hopefully this goes well, and with that, I'm proud to present my first ever time-lapse. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you after it's done. Bye! time lapse over, and this is kind of the result of it. I haven't finished the top of the roof. As you can tell, there's obvious places where I didn't uh, completely finish. The reason for that is that one is that as you see this andesite pillar right here, this is actually, if I drop items from the end portal into the overworld, this is exactly, or this is the coordinate where it spawns. So because of that, I want to kind of construct kind of a mini tower here. This tower actually used to be this area right here is what used to be what I thought was the kind of spawn area. Because when I came out as the player, I on purposely destroyed my bed and went into the end portal and landed at this square. The thing is, it seems like, I guess, players might spawn like around this area where items exactly come onto this block right here. That's where the shulker ended up from my shulker farm over there, over yonder. Um, so the shulker ended up in like one of these two spaces basically, but the difference is like within, let's say, like this 3x3. Honestly, but this is where I tested some items and they were like on this block. They landed on this block. So what I want to do is I want to, of course, seal this off. So we end up having, as you can see, this is all my villagers. I still have a few over there where the stone is that it's not done yet. Um, but what I want to do is that I want to seal this off right here. So this is right. I think this is going to be the floor layer, right? So we're going to be like one layer higher than the villagers. And then this is going to be kind of more interior decoration slash more storage, and this is going to be more like convenient storage for kind of emeralds and for any trades that we get. So a lot of materials. So like I'm looking for these like librarians over here not to really give me books, but for glass I have most of the books that I want here. And then as you can see, I have a lot of stonemasons or stone or masons, depending on what you call them, and these are supposed to give me quartz and terracotta. As you can see, I actually did label them. And since it takes a while for me to get villagers in, I just try and take them as I go, which means there are a lot of colors that are repeated. But as you can see, anything that doesn't have a G next to them, the G stands for glaze. If there's no G, that means they're not glazed. So I can get all my terracotta. I need a lot of them because villagers only trade you 12 per trade, and I think they're capped out at two times, like two. They can only restock like twice a day or something like that. So you end up getting like not that many trades because they nerfed villagers, I believe, in a patch like a few patches ago, because it used to be that you could get like so many items and just infinitely trade with them, and apparently developers did not like that. So eh. But yeah, so that's my kind of villager hall-ish, and plans for it. Yeah, again, just kind of fill in this area, fill in this front area. I don't know if I'm going to do like a giant window or I'm going to do something more like plain and just have like, what do you call it, have more something like simple stone wood texture. I didn't fill in this wood area specifically just because I one it would not make sense to fill this. I mean, I could fill it on, but because how the villager rails come down, or how the rails come down to put the villagers in, um, I'm gonna leave this open until I can get all the villagers in. But other than that, like I'm almost done with this area in terms of the outside. Once I get my last few villagers in there, we can seal this off. And then I can also start working on that spire over there. What might happen is that I end up, um, we end up doing something where this spire only starts at the roof, and then from from there we either have like a ladder that goes up, or um, we somehow connect these two towers. I'm not entirely sure. A lot of this is just kind of me flying by the seat of my pants to some extent. But regardless, I think it'll look kind of interesting. It'll look weird. I will admit that, just because I've never really. No, I personally wouldn't put two towers there if I had to like make a choice, but um, I kind of want to see what happens, and I will finish this dome. I am just really lazy on getting the oxidized copper, and I also do need to texture this because yeah. But with that, I think I'm actually gonna end the episode off here. Um, this took a while to get out just because I haven't had much time to kind of work on the trees, and as you can see, they're not done. There's still like a lot that I'm trying to figure out, and since I don't do a lot of pre-planning because my brain does not allow me to do it sometimes, there's a lot of texturing and a lot of kind of shaping that I still need to do with a lot of these trees, but I am happy with the ones that I currently have. And I still have a lot of work to do here. And now that I have replay mod working and you know, giving me cool replays, I might be able to capture a lot more of the building process that you guys can see, and hopefully we can see this forest come to life. Um, or again, I might still do the whole working offline and just showing you the before and after results, which has been working so far. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. And hopefully I can share more of the building process, but again, uh, it really depends on my schedule and kind of, I wouldn't want to give you guys 5 minute clips, you know. Um, like 1 second time lapses of work I've done in 5 minutes. So yeah. But with that, thank you guys for watching again, and I hope you guys have a nice day, and whatever's going on in your life, I hope it will get better, and happy 4th of July for those who are in America. I think Canada Day has already passed, so happy Canada Day to those as well, unless I'm, yeah, Canada Day. Um, by the time this video comes out, I think Canada Day has passed. But yeah. But with that, thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.